What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias at ChatWest. It is December. It is a holiday month, and hopefully you guys are having a tremendous time and or week and or day so far in this December. My day today was crazy hectic and crazy stressful. I had to decompress. I had to disconnect from social media, but I didn't want to go too long without giving a review for the hundreds of people that do watch my reviews and like what I have to say about the challenge. But on Chat West, we're going to dig into some extracurricular things, meaning Naya has some things to say about Laurel and Nehemiah has some things to say about KYLAND, and KYLAND is ripping and ready to go on that podcast to talk. So I want to give my point of view. And also, Corey is out here in videos. I don't know how old the videos are, saying that he's not black, that he's mixed. So yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to get into some things, but let's talk about this particular review. We are reviewing episode 15 of season 40, entitled Thinking Thin Era. Listen, there is so much going on social media regarding this particular season that people are calling this a boring season, the weakest season regarding ratings, although the increase was substantial enough to be reported on from season 39 to 40. So they're heading in the right direction. But when I try to Google and find out the other ratings for the other shows, the numbers really don't come up. Are the numbers huge for season 40? Not particularly. They're under 1%. And even though last season was like 0.33 and this season is maybe like a 0.99 or something like that, I'll really dig into the numbers on Chat West. It's still not substantial. I'll just save face and say under 3% of all households with TVs are tuning in to this show. And that's not great. It's not amazing. And I actually think it's way under 3%. But anyways, the final numbers will be on Chat West. But either way, we want to get into some things. We want to talk about this particular episode. Was it a snooze fest? Kind of. But when I watch the challenge, I'm not looking for drama. I'm not looking for a Laurel and Cara Worth kind of dramatic scene. I'm not looking for men like Josh and KYLAND to be fighting for Naya's love. I'm not looking for that trash. I'm really not. I'm looking for good competition and good character. But I know that I'm one person, and I know majority of you probably are looking for that stuff. Looking for bananas to create scenes, looking for Laurel to get on Cara's nerves, looking for Jordan to be a dick to Tori. I'm not looking for any of that crap. But I guess that's what you guys need for ratings, right? Either way, last night's episode was a bit of a snooze fest. It was kind of boring, but I'm happy for the people that won. And it was comical at times because watching Johnny lose to a freaking easy puzzle is hilarious. And watching Aviv run in the complete opposite direction and the cameraman's not saying anything to her was, again, hilarious. But I digress. Cory wins against Josh. No brainer. Did we think he was not going to win? Did we really think that Josh had a fighting chance? He did not. Although Josh talks about his injury that he acquired on the show and that maybe that could be a part of the reason why he lost, he still lost. And there was no way that he was going. Anyways, let me move past Josh. Cory puts up Michelle, puts up Aviv, and puts up Jenny. And am I shocked? No. But he saves Cara, Tori, and, or Rachel, she ended up, not being touched. Okay, great. But Johnny's angels, two of Johnny's angels, are up on the chopping block. And it's a beautiful thing because I don't, in no way, shape, or form, want Johnny or his angels to win. If there's a side that I'm hoping wins, it's the righteous one. Cory, KYLAND, Cara, Tori. Jordan doesn't need to win anything, but Jordan's on that side as well. Hell, I'd even rather Michelle win over any of Johnny's angels and or Johnny. Okay? Rachel is cool, but I just think she's on the wrong side. Aviv is cool, but I just think she's on the wrong side. Jenny, unfortunately, was shattered on by her team all season. I just think she's on the wrong side. And Johnny Bananas is definitely the villain and does not need to win. He does not need to win. I remember the episode where him and Laurel couldn't even think of what they were going to do with the money. They had to, oh, I just want to win for my dad because he fought in Vietnam. Like, what? No. Anyways, let's move on. Cara and Cory are finally talking in a way where it's like, we're all that we have left, so let's go for it. Let's be each other's number one. And I guess it's okay if it, happens, but why did it take so long? I guess they didn't really communicate. I guess they didn't really think that they needed each other. I guess they don't really know each other that well. Cory was on the show talking about, finally they've had this kind of conversation after all of these seasons. Okay, better late than never, I guess. Johnny seems to believe that Cara is making this switch or this finalization with an ally too late in the game. Better late than never is the quote. And then Rachel just so haphazardly decides that she needs to buddy-buddy with KYLAND and Jordan because they seem to be the ones winning. Johnny makes this comment where he's like, everyone is after him. Everyone is after him. Yes, because you've won 7 times. KYLAND has never won anything. Even though he's winning a lot of single individual competitions, he's never won a challenge. So why not give him a shot? This is $1 million that's going to be split between a man and a woman. Why not give KYLAND a fair shot? He's never won before. You have won plenty of times. And so, yes, Johnny, you need to go home. You need to take care of your business that you have open, your boxing, gym, whatever it is that you do, and get off the show. It's time for some new blood. Not so new, though. We do want to mix it up. And I think season 40, Battle of the ERAS, was a pretty decent season. I just don't like how the eliminations are played out. I think that's where the lack of drama is happening with the people. I think the way that the eliminations were made should definitely be different, but that's neither here nor there. They didn't really allow for eras to like cross each other. Like naming targets is one thing, but like there should have been a way where there was like an anonymous vote or something. I don't know. There should have been something anonymous, something in your face with the votes. And there should have been a stipulation that in order for you to make it to the final, you had to have gone through at least 2 eliminations, 1 or 2 eliminations. Something catchy to make people realize that they have to go fight for their right to be here, but yet there's still drama that can happen with these votes. The target system just did not work. I think that's where they failed. But that's neither here nor there because, Tori and Jordan say thank you to Cory. And it seems like there's something brewing between them. Mind you, Cory has not spoken to any of these people all season long. The only person that we've seen him talk to is Nehemiah, who, by the way, like I said, had something to say about KYLAND. Very interesting. Zach and his, what is it? Knickerbocker podcast or Jokes on Us podcast, some crazy kind of falling off the roof to commit suicide. I don't know what the name of the podcast is, but it would be interesting to hear Cory or see Cory on that podcast. Naya spoke a lot. Nehemiah spoke a lot. KYLAND is apparently supposed to be going on there. I texted KYLAND to see if he had a comment about the whole Nehemiah situation. He has yet to respond. But we chatted last night while watching the show. So I'm wondering what he has to say about this, but stay tuned. Michelle and Aviv have a conversation about not caring too much about the penalty and that Michelle feels that every time she goes into a challenge that she feels like she has a penalty because her back is against the wall. Okay. We get to the woods and they're standing there waiting around. Now, mind you, these are like real woods. And I always often wonder when they go into these extreme situations, like jumping in a lake or jumping in an ocean or going into the woods, like do they scout the area for sharks or eels or jellyfish or bacteria or snakes or, raccoons or whatever? Or do they just say, hey, we're in these woods and that's where you need to be? I don't know. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit scary. But whatever, we're in these woods. Wouldn't have been me, but they're there. Then all of a sudden, TJ pops out of this tiny, which seems to be It couldn't have, there's no way that it could have been 12 by 12. It had to be 24 by 24, at least in my mind, because it looked so small on the screen. It didn't even look like he literally had to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm bigger than a foot. And I know KYLAND is huge. So for KYLAND to fit in that thing, I'm thinking 24 by 24, something along those lines. Either way, TJ comes out of it and he's like, I need y'all to go in these tunnel. There's bats, there's ants, red ants, all types of things are in this tunnel. And I'm like, yeah, no, psych. Psych. But either way, they get through the tunnel. The only thing worth reviewing here, okay, is that Aviv, like I said earlier, completely went the different direction. She was in the tunnel, saw a crisscross saying, don't go this way. In my mind, that's what it says. And then she bulldozes through it to go anyway. She comes out of it, and then the cameras follow her going in the wrong direction. The cameras don't say anything, but she goes in the wrong direction. Because of her breaking down the trees, they're apparently against the rules. Now, we weren't privy to hear the rules of this challenge, but I'm guessing she should have known this. Either way, she's DQ'd. Hilarious. Tori went first. She did a decent job going first. Then Johnny goes. Johnny gets through this, but then he gets to the final puzzle where he has to build out a face puzzle of only 9 blocks. And for whatever reason, Johnny can't, well, not for whatever reason, he fails to realize that the cube has multiple sides and that maybe there could be another side that makes sense and will allow him to get his puzzle complete. You would think that someone who has been on 1,000 challenge seasons, has won 7 times, would know that, but he does not. And he is therefore disqualified. I am overjoyed with glee because no one wants him to win. None of the competitors want him to win. Not even Rachel wants him to win. So I'm ecstatic. And I'm laughing right with TJ because TJ doesn't say anything. TJ is hilariously hysterical. And this was a great moment for Johnny and his angel that went the opposite direction. It takes Derek, of all people, to tell Johnny that the puzzles had 2 sides. And, you know, Jordan is laughing and Johnny feels completely stupid, which he should. And again, I'm elated at this. Tori and KYLAND ends up winning. And I thought that, honestly, I thought that they were going to DQ or disqualify Jenny because she, like, the puzzle piece broke. But whatever, they still allowed her to complete the puzzle. Not bad. But KYLAND and Tori wins. I'm ecstatic. I love when KYLAND wins. KYLAND has always been baby daddy. He will always be baby daddy, and KYLAND is fine. I'm going to leave it at that because I know he watches my reviews. But I'm ecstatic that he's winning. And Michelle is even more ecstatic because they've already gathered themselves together to be cool and be in an alliance, and they're working together. And KYLAND is going to protect her. She's going to protect KYLAND. So she's overjoyed because as a target, she knows that she's not going to be picked. I think that's it's so interesting. It's so interesting how, what is it? A tangled web we weave? Like, wow. Just last season, she went against KYLAND, Horacio, and Nerys. And shout out to Nerys because Nerys has been looking gorgeous. And, you know, Horacio's gone off to that other challenge show, the one where they speak a different language. And, you know, I think I saw a post where he was like going somewhere where I can be treated fairly. Or I saw a post, maybe Nerys said that or he said that. I don't know. Somebody said that. And I'm like, ooh, ouch. He's still mad about the challenge. Interesting. But shout out to Nerys. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. And they are still very much together. I am going to speak about Nerys and Laurel as well. It's crazy that someone that old is acting so childish on social media. And she's a challenge champ. Like, these are the type of people that I don't think deserve the money. This is crazy to me. Like, Count Dracula didn't deserve the money. Laurel didn't. Like, these people don't, I don't know. They're just, anyways, I digress, okay? Individuals decide to throw a party for Michelle. Her birthday is birthdaying. And I thought it was hilarious. It was cute, okay? Carl, aka Cara, was cute. And Tori playing Devin was hilarious. I didn't see KYLAND anywhere. I don't know why KYLAND wasn't a part of it, but whatever. Then we move past that, and we finally see, after 15 episodes of KYLAND, 15 episodes of The Challenge, we see KYLAND and Corey finally have a conversation. And of course, MTV is going to show two black men, mixed black men, whatever, talking about how they want another black winner to win, and that the last black man that won the challenge was NEHEMIAH. But then they neglected to talk about, what is his name? Let me get my notes together. But they neglected to talk about Danny, who won the Challenge USA season 1. Now maybe they weren't including him because it's not the regular challenge. Hell, honestly, I wouldn't either. Because Challenge USA was like, I was like, what the is this? I was like so aggravated with season 1. I really was. But to have Danny win that season was great. I was happy for him and ecstatic for him. But I'm assuming that that's why they said NEHEMIAH and not Danny. But I was aggravated at MTV for including this conversation because you have two black people talking about another black person winning. Like, you know, and then we get the conversation because y'all seem to love to remind me that it's not always about race. But yet we have a conversation between two people that got black in them talking about not another black person winning. It's aggravating to me because it is always about race. It is always about your group, your like-minded group. And for whatever reason, y'all don't agree. But clearly Corey thinks so, and clearly KYLAND thinks so. Hell, KYLAND was on a season of Big Brother where black people got together and made an alliance called the Cookout. It's always about race. It is. But whatever, it would be nice, yes, to see another black winner. It would be nice. We love to see our people in our group being successful. We just love to see that. It makes us feel like it's possible for our group to win. And let's be clear, black people are one of, if not the most. Anyways, let's not go there. This is not a racial commentary, kind of a review. But it needed to be stated that I'm going to talk about it more on Chat West. So subscribe to Chat West on YouTube. I would love for the subscribers to reach 3,000 before the end of the year. But we're going to talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. Let's see. Jenny ends up winning her elimination round against Aviv. Of course. Duh. But then you know what? It makes me think back to where KYLAND was on our interview. He said that he doesn't believe that the producers like all of a sudden decide who's going to do what elimination based on who's going in elimination. They already have their stuff set up. So whoever goes in, goes in. I think that is a thing. The reason why I say that is because it does take a lot of work to just switch things haphazardly. And if you're filming something already and you need to build it, you already need to have the pieces together and ready to go for you to build it. So in my mind, this ring set was already ready to go for this particular elimination, whether Aviv was in it or Jenny was in it, because I feel like, and I could be reaching, but I feel like I would think that they would favor Aviv if there was a favorite system or a bias system, because Aviv has been a part of the original franchise for a long time. She hasn't been on a real challenge in 20 years. So I would think that they would care about that and want to nourish that and cherish that. So why would they put her up against Jenny in this cage? Either way, we already know Jenny's winning this. Hands down. I would have loved to see Jenny against Rachel. That's why I don't care for this target system. I think this target system is crap, to be honest. But Jenny versus Rachel would have been hot to see. Okay, Jenny versus what's the girl's name? That's with the girl that got the surgery, botched faced, from Big Brother, KC. I would have loved to see Jenny versus KC because KC spoke about Jenny and didn't really care about Jenny being in their era group, and they always threw Jenny under the bus. I would have loved to see that. But either way, it's Aviv going home. Do I care? Not really. Does she amount to anything of entertainment for me on this season? No, not really. Hell, I would rather Aviv stay here versus, Anissa go home. I would have rather Aviv go home versus Anissa. Either way, this episode was, yes, lukewarm. Do I hate season 40? No. Is season 40 better than 39? Hell yes. I think what would have made this season even better, fuck the target system, get rid of that, and let these people be assholes to each other. Vote who in that you want to vote in. I think that just makes sense. I don't know, that just makes sense. But who am I? It is what it is. I need y'all to leave your comments below this video. Let me know if you really think that season 40 is that horrible. And who do you want to win? Are your favorites changing? And do you really think that Nehemiah thinks that KYLAND is an F-boy? Or do you think that KYLAND thinks that Nehemiah is an F-boy? Because that's what Nehemiah said. I'm going to talk about it on Chat West. Go over to YouTube and Chat West, and let's get into some things. Yeah? Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.